The world went nuts this week after our interview with Beyoncé last Sunday led to speculation about her baby bump and whether she was faking her pregnancy. At Sunday night, it consumed us day and night. So we went back and analysed the tapes, every shot, every angle.
What is going on with this whole Beyoncé pregnancy talk? Guys, come here right now. The streets are buzzing, saying Beyoncé went through a full IVF journey trying to have another baby, and after a few failed attempts, things finally clicked. And now those recent Paris photos, they got the entire fandom shook, no question. But wait, it gets even wilder. People are claiming that she and Jay planned this baby as a full-on PR move to clean up their image after all the messy headlines lately. And let's be real, folks already saw them gearing up for some kind of comeback strategy because the whole family has been trending for all the wrong reasons. From Mama Tina catching heat over that questionable gumbo situation, to Jules Smith stirring drama with that whole queer-baiting talk and getting way too close with a woman older than his mom, to Matthew Knowles constantly being in chaos mode, it's just been one thing after another. And of course, Jay being Jay. But using a whole pregnancy as a strategy? That's wild behavior. And get this, just days ago, Jay-Z sat in a GQ interview talking like he's never done anything shady in his career. Meanwhile, everyone remembers the past. But suddenly it's like, let's pretend none of that ever happened. He even went as far as bringing Blue Ivy into the spotlight to gain some sympathy points.
Rumor was she went on a show in Australia or something, and she had this very broadcloth type dress. And she wasn't huge pregnant. She was very proud of her little stomach. And she bent over, and the fabric of the dress bent.
So it looked like...
Of course it fell to the front and bent. And they said, they started this vicious, horrible rumor that she wasn't pregnant.
And when that didn't really land, now people are saying the pregnancy might be the next move. This whole situation kicked off just days ago when Beyoncé had everyone confused in Paris, moving low-key while attending the launch of her new Sir Davis line. Before all of this, people were already talking because of her noticeable weight gain, but pregnancy? That wasn't even on most people's minds. I mean, she's 44, so that wasn't the first guess. But then those Paris sightings dropped and everything changed fast. Not only did she look noticeably different, but some fans were convinced they spotted what looked like a baby bump. And the way she was moving, keeping things covered and controlled, had people even more suspicious. Social media went into overdrive with comments like, Beyoncé is pregnant, and oh, mother is pregnant, popping up everywhere. And just when it seemed like the rumors couldn't get louder, another layer got added. Now people are claiming she allegedly used IVF to make it happen. They're saying she went straight to top-tier fertility clinics and handled it that way. Now let's be clear for a second. There is absolutely nothing wrong with IVF at all. Beyoncé is close to 45, and plenty of women in that age range take that route, so there's no valid reason for anyone to shame her over that. Not only that, she's actually had a long, documented history with fertility struggles going all the way back to Blue Ivy and even the twins.
Those were
prosthetics, and she wasn't carrying the baby.
Yeah, that she wasn't carrying the baby. Something so sacred, especially in this family, the way we value babies, that you would fake a pregnancy and keep getting, like, that makes me a liar. It makes my family a liar. It makes everybody around her complicit to
A lot of people don't realize this, but Beyoncé went through several failed pregnancies before she was finally able to conceive Blue Ivy, and that journey was not easy at all. Because of that, some people started running with wild theories, claiming that she and Jay secretly used his now-deceased mistress, Kathy White, as a surrogate while Beyoncé appeared in public with a fake baby bump. And people still bring up that moment on live TV where her stomach area looked like it folded in on itself, and that only added more fuel to the rumors. Then come the twins. And that situation had its own layer of drama. At the time Beyoncé got pregnant, she and Jay-Z were already making headlines for all the wrong reasons because of the cheating scandal. So naturally, people started saying the pregnancy helped shift the narrative and clean up their image in the public eye. But what doesn't get talked about enough is how complicated that birth actually was. Reports say the twins arrived prematurely and had to stay in the hospital longer than expected, with Beyoncé right there the entire time. It was a serious situation, and it's been said that the early arrival came with challenges, especially for Sir Carter, making that whole chapter even more intense than people realized. Beyoncé's team tried to play it down at first, making it seem like everything was under control and nothing too serious was happening. But looking back now, it's clear the situation was way more intense than they let on. She eventually spoke on it herself in that Vogue interview, and that's when the real details came out. she revealed she had to undergo an emergency C-section and was dealing with preeclampsia, which is no small thing at all. On top of that, she was on bed rest for nearly a month, weighed around 218 pounds at the time of delivery, and was dealing with severe swelling throughout the entire process. Then things got even more concerning. It was reported that one of the twins had multiple pauses in their heartbeat while still in the womb.
Controllable anger. Like, you don't put that on someone. Like, that's the thing that you better be super sure. The weight that this is gonna bring on our family. It would have been cheaper, yes. Cheaper, quicker, move on with your life. It was like a testament, because people know me. Like, I know who you are, and that's impossible.
And while Beyoncé and her team never confirmed which twin it was, people have definitely formed their own opinions about it. I was 218 pounds the day I gave birth to Rumi. And sir, I was swollen from toxemia and had been on bed rest for over a month. My health and my baby's health were in danger, so I had an emergency C-section. We spent many weeks in the NICU. My husband was a soldier and a strong support system for me. I was in survival mode and did not grasp it all until months later. Hearing all of this, it's really not shocking that IVF rumors are even part of the conversation now. Celebrities timing pregnancies when things get messy in the headlines has been talked about for years. But in her case, fans are more concerned about her health than anything else, especially with everything she's been through before. Even look at someone like Kim Kardashian, who is younger and still chose surrogacy multiple times due to serious health risks. So when people hear Beyoncé might be going through something similar, it naturally raises a lot of questions and concern. But here's where a lot of people start side-eyeing the whole situation. They believe Jay-Z and Beyoncé might be using this pregnancy talk as a PR shield to distract from all the serious allegations and controversies that have been tied to them recently. If you've been keeping up, Jay-Z has been hit with a wave of accusations. First, there were claims linking him to Diddy, then a lawsuit accusing him of serious misconduct alongside Diddy. After that, more accusations popped up about business dealings with black artists and even rumors connecting him to Harvey Weinstein. And just when people thought it couldn't get heavier, his name reportedly showed up in discussions around the Epstein case. That's a massive amount of controversy hitting one person in such a short time, and people definitely noticed. It got so intense that Jay started doing interviews speaking on things he usually avoids completely. During a recent GQ interview, he even brought Blue Ivy into the conversation. But instead of directly addressing the accusations, he shifted the focus by sharing a story about her showing support. He claimed that when everything first started, Blue wore a jersey with Jay-Z on the back to school to stand by him. The issue is, people quickly pointed out there's no public record or evidence of that moment ever happening. So now, critics are questioning the story and wondering if it was just another attempt to reshape the narrative. Still, he described it emotionally, saying, "Blue has this jersey with Jay-Z on the back. She put it on one day she went to school with Jay. I was just in the corner with tears coming down. Seriously, to have that, it's priceless," which only added more attention to the situation. And that's exactly why people aren't letting this slide so easily. The more stories come out, the more questions start stacking up, because instead of clearing anything up directly, it feels like there's always something else being thrown into the mix to shift attention. Now with these pregnancy rumors taking over timelines, some folks are straight up saying the timing feels a little too perfect. Like right when the pressure is building, suddenly there's a whole new headline dominating the conversation. And people online are not being quiet about it either. You've got comments everywhere saying things like, "This is a distraction, and why now of all times?" While others are pushing back saying people need to stop reaching and respect her privacy. It's a full-on split, and the internet is going back and forth nonstop. At the same time, fans who genuinely support Beyoncé are getting protective. They're pointing out her past health struggles and saying this isn't something to play with or turn into conspiracy talk. For them, this is about her well-being first, not headlines or PR games. But critics aren't backing down either. They're watching every move, every appearance, every photo, trying to piece together what's real and what's being presented for the public. And with so much noise surrounding both of them right now, even the smallest detail is getting picked apart and turned into a full-blown debate. And now things are getting even more intense because people are starting to dig deeper than ever before. It's not just about the pregnancy rumors anymore. It's about patterns, timing, and how everything seems to line up a little too neatly for some observers. There are folks online breaking everything down step by step, pointing out how major headlines about them tend to get followed by something big that shifts the spotlight. And whether that's coincidence or strategy, people are definitely paying attention now more than ever. At the same time, others are calling out how quickly rumors can spiral out of control. They're saying not everything needs to be turned into some calculated move, especially when it involves personal matters like health or family. And honestly, that side of the conversation is getting louder too. Still, the speculation isn't slowing down. Every news sighting, every outfit choice, every public appearance is being analyzed like it's evidence in a case. One photo gets posted, and suddenly there are 1,000 theories attached to it within minutes. And through all of this, neither Beyoncé nor Jay-Z has directly addressed the pregnancy rumors at all. That silence? It's only making people talk more. Because for some, no response feels like confirmation, while for others, it just means they're choosing to stay private. Either way, the conversation is not cooling off anytime soon. And now the conversation has reached a point where nobody can agree on what's actually real anymore. One side is convinced this is all carefully planned, while the other side is saying people are reading way too deep into everything. Some fans are even pointing out that Beyoncé has always been extremely private, especially when it comes to her pregnancies. So to them, this silence and low-key behavior isn't suspicious at all. It's just how she moves. She's never been the type to explain herself every time the internet starts talking. But critics are not buying that explanation. They're saying this situation feels different because of everything else going on around them right now. To them, it's not just about a possible pregnancy, it's about the timing lining up with all the pressure and headlines. And let's be real, social media is only making it louder. Every platform is flooded with theories, reactions, and breakdowns, with people picking sides and going hard for their opinions. It's turned into a full-blown debate that just keeps growing. At the end of the day, there's still no official confirmation, no clear answers, just a lot of noise and speculation. And until something real comes out, people are going to keep watching, keep guessing, and keep turning every little detail into the next big headline. And now we've reached the point where even people who weren't paying attention before are getting pulled into it. This whole situation has grown way bigger than just a rumor. It's turned into a non-stop conversation that's everywhere you look. Some are now questioning the media itself, wondering who's pushing which narrative and why. They're asking if certain stories are being amplified on purpose while others get buried. And that just adds another layer to everything, making it feel even more complicated. Meanwhile, others are stepping back and saying this is exactly how things spiral online. One rumor turns into 10, then suddenly it feels like facts, even when nothing has actually been confirmed. And in the middle of all that noise, the truth can get completely lost. Still, the attention isn't slowing down at all. Every day there's a new post, a new theory, or a new clip being picked apart. People are watching old interviews, analyzing body language, and connecting dots that may or may not even be there. And through all of this, one thing is clear. Whether this pregnancy rumor is true or not, it has completely taken over the conversation. And until Beyoncé or Jay-Z decide to say something directly, the speculation is going to keep running wild and getting louder by the day. At this point, some people are saying even a kid could look at this situation and call it PR damage control. That's how obvious they think it looks. Anyway, if these rumors about Beyoncé being pregnant actually turn out to be true, then it's probably only a matter of time before she addresses it publicly. And let's be honest, people already believe it could be used to shift sympathy back toward her and Jay-Z. But for now, everything is still up in the air. So we'll just have to wait and see how it plays out. Some are even predicting she might show up at the Met Gala with a visible baby bump, making a huge moment out of it. And keep in mind, it's been about 10 years since she last made a major appearance like that. So if she does pop out, it's going to have everyone talking instantly. Of course, the internet has opinions, and they are not holding back. One person said, they done told Beyoncé to make her distract my fans from me and my husband getting dragged monthly post always on time and ever so obvious to the people at this point. It's not 10 years ago. We, the people, don't care about Beyoncé. Another comment read, pregnancy shouldn't be on her mind. Got a 13 going on 23 with 2 autistic kids, hands full. Now I want to hear from you. What do you think about Beyoncé allegedly being pregnant? Do you believe she would really take that kind of risk at this stage? Or is this all just talk? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and click to check out the next messy video everyone's talking about.